Evening all, it's Louise here with another episode of Straighten Your Crown Tarot. Right then, what we're going to do today then, I reckon I've got a list of loads that I could do. But just as I was coming up the stairs, just before I did my meditation, I had it in my head to do a reading about King Charles. But as I sat down to do my meditation, what was coming through was not King Charles at all. It was basically what entered my head was this question. If everything you see on mainstream media is a lie, if everything you read in the papers is a lie, if all the stuff that is coming at you from all angles is a lie, and if all the fear mongering that we're getting from the government over readying ourselves for war, and today by 2050 we will be a minority in our country, and the amount of people coming across the English Channel and all this, it's fear, it's scaremongering, it's all the, I mean, even I'm sorry to say it, but even Reform are in the bandwagon with the digital currency. And I know it's not Bitcoin, I know it's not connected to central digital currency, but they're getting into bed with all the AI stuff, and that worries me. And then what I saw was actually a tinderbox in this meditation. And I'm wondering, are we actually now heading for major civil unrest? I've seen this on several occasions over the last couple of years, and it feels like maybe we might be getting a little bit closer to that right now if something doesn't change drastically. So I want to know, are we going to have a summer of unrest? Now, that might not all seem connected in any way, shape or form, but I do think that we are being peddled a lot of fear porn right now. And I'm getting to the stage now where I feel like we just need to disconnect from the whole thing, because no matter who you're listening to, there's an agenda. There's always an agenda. And why can't we just have the truth? So I just want to know, are we hurtling our way towards civil unrest in the UK this summer? So I'm going to take I cannot see what you can see. I'm going to take the Forest of Enchantment by Lunella Weatherstone, illustrated by Mirella Allwood. Now, I've raised the platform on this stand because someone put in the comments that it's too big and it's in your face, and when it's on the screen it's off-putting. So I'm hoping that by raising it, I can't raise it any higher than that, that it'll be a little bit easier on the eye. So if you can let me know, because I have over the last, since November, I've actually spent nearly £200 on various stands to try and make this a little bit easier for people to see. First of all, I was accused of loading the cards because you couldn't see me actually shuffling them. So then I changed it, and then there was complaints about the visibility of the cards because I had to have them towards the side of me. Then I got another stand, but it just didn't work with the table that I have. And then I saved up and got this stand, which wasn't cheap. And to be honest with you, I'm getting to the point where I'm past caring, because what I spend out of my own pocket to try and make this this channel easier for people and a little bit more interesting is way more Way more than you even think. Not to mention the time and the effort. I don't know whether I don't know whether I just need to pack it in. But let's have a look. One more shuffle and then we'll get to it. I cannot tell if you can see any of this, as I said. So if it's out of focus, I'll probably just not put it up because there's no point. And I'll probably just take a couple of days off. First of all, we've got the 5 of challenges. And we've got 3. So I'm just going to see which one's first. That one. The Tower. That one. The Weaver of Boons, which I think is I think that's the Queen. And then that one. Starlight, which is the Star card. So first of all, we've got the 5 of challenges. Now that's the 5 of swords. So we've got an issue with there is a fight. It feels like challenges. The swords suit is about the mental realm. So it's about a mental challenge. It's a challenge. I think this is all about us being challenged mentally by outside influences, which is creating an inner challenge. This is how I'm seeing this. It's like there's too much stuff being thrown at us, and it's about what do you believe, what do you believe, what do you believe? Well, I say right now, I don't believe anything. I don't believe anything. And I've got to the point where I'm starting to not believe anyone. Because it feels like everyone has an agenda to do with media. And even the new media, some of the new media, your talk TVs and your GB Newsers, some of the presenters on GB Talk TV, I absolutely adore. I love Mike Graham, but there's an agenda there. I like Alex Phillips, but there's still an agenda there. You know, so it's mentally, it's like mental. This 5 of challenges feels like mental torture, and I think we've been put through that for a very long time. And next to the Tower card, it's called the Folly. Next to the Tower card, that's like somebody's head exploding. The lid's gonna blow up. You know, it's like, that's it. I give up. I'm about to crash and burn. And I think that's where a lot of people are heading. So there's just a lot of mental fuckery going on. And it's been going on a long time. And it feels like if we're not careful, the lot is going to go. The tower will fall. People will, people's heads will explode. And then we've got this Weaver of Boons, which I believe is the Queen. But I'm not taking it as the actual suit. I'm seeing this as like, this is out of this darkness, because this is very dark. Out of this darkness, there's like going back to simple life. This reminds me of like my allotment, although my allotment's overgrown and full of bloody bindweed. It's like my haven. This feels like this feels like how I'm feeling right now. So I don't know whether this is a reading for me or if this is a reading for all of us. But this is what's going on in my head, how I'm feeling about this. And I do think there's a real possibility of this turning into physical challenge rather than a mental one. But then we've got this this haven, this safe space. And the star card, which is healing. I mean, this is all about, I think we're going to have a lot of people are turning their backs on all the noise. But what about these people who aren't turning their backs on the noise? There's like, the society's divided into, there's those that can see what's going on around them. It's doing the nutting, but they have a safe space, whether that's a mental safe space or a physical safe space. They have their own little slice of paradise, their go-to place to sort of unwind and let it all go. But there are a lot of people who don't have that, who are very, very much in the middle of it, and don't have this affinity with nature, or watching the moon at night, or sitting and watching the stars, and just feeling the light from that and the healing from that. So where are we heading? Are we heading towards civil unrest this summer? We have the Hermit in reverse. So this isn't people retreating. That way round, the right way up, you've got this badger in his little underground house, retreating from the world with his fire on. In reverse, this is not retreating. This isn't going within. This isn't trying to find any answers. This is still all very much on the outside. I'm wondering if we are. And then with this tower, so you've got this mental conflict. This badger isn't retreating into his hole. He's staying very much above ground. Then we've got this tower. So I guess what I'm saying is the people who haven't got this haven place to go to, whether it's in your mind or physically, are very much on the surface, still in the surface, still listening to the noise. So with the tower and this weaver of booms, what's this mean? We have the ace of spells. This is the ace of wands. This is a spark, an ignition, something. Oh Christ! And this is the middle card as well. I want another one just to clarify that. Too many. I just want the one, please. The eight of booms. So this feels like society divided into two halves. You've got those that are busy doing other things and not taking any notice, recognizing that there is unrest. I think this is an ignition. Something's going to ignite a very fiery response, and it's the people that are, I would say, overly susceptible to being peddled fear on an industrial scale. The people that haven't noticed that they're being lied to, they're the people that are going to really, really ignite something, while other people have learned to retreat back and concentrate on other things. And then with this, we've got the ace of boons in reverse between the hermit in reverse and the ace of wands. Right. We have the four of wands. See, have you noticed all this side is all fiery, mental torture, the spot, the a massive shock, igniting the flame. You've got money being removed. The ace of pentacles, the ace of boons, is an offer, a potential of new money. There's no potential for new money out of this. But then on this side, you've got you've got an igniting fire, ignition of something. On this side, it's chaos. On this side, it's pleasantness. It's almost like you pay your money, you take your choice. But I want to know, is there going to be civil unrest this summer? We've got the Knight of Swords. Yeah, I think there's going to be some skirmishes. I think there is going to be an attempt. The Knight of Swords, the seeker of challenges. The Knight of Swords is someone who's quick to act. The knee-jerk reaction. There's the knee-jerk reaction. Ready to take aim and fire at the wrong person sometimes as well. Making assumptions. I think there's going to be an incident this summer, and people are going to make assumptions and are going to act on instinct, act without thinking, a knee-jerk reaction. I think there possibly is going to be some sort of an attack this summer that's going to spark people into action before the information is settled. I think there's going to be some knee-jerk reactions, and when the Knight of Swords comes along, you should always be very cautious and not act according to your emotional feelings rather than your intellectual knowledge. This is the thing with the Knight of Swords. They act before they've thought through their strategy. I think there is going to be an incident, a shocking incident. Some people are going to react. They're going to be quick to react. Other people, this is the advice side here. You would be best to retreat into your own world, stay away from the media right now, or if you are listening to what's going on, don't react. Watch and wait. Allow it to happen. Allow it to wash over you. Carry on doing the things that you enjoy doing. Find a hobby, something like that. And just look after your own. Make your own life magical, because in the outside world, it's designed to elicit a reaction that will only, in my view, make it easier to turn the thumb screws and tighten grip on population, the control of the population. So I think there's going to be a shocking event this summer that's going to lead to some not very well thought out action from younger people, because the Knight is a younger person. And I can't say what that is. I can't say it's a terrorist attack. I can't say it's anything to do with war. I can't say what it is. But there is going to be a shocking event that's going to lead to the kind of reaction that is only going to lead to tighter controls on the freedom of the population. We already have lost a lot of freedom of expression. We've already been used to restrictions on movement, freedom of movement. I think we need to be very, very careful before we start wagging fingers, because I think this event is either going to be a shocking event that's come out of the blue, or it's a shocking event that has been manufactured. What about that one? Be careful what you go for, careful what you say, be careful how you react. Oops! Not taking that one because it went. We've got a change in the wind. We have this one a lot, don't we? Change in the wind. Can't remember if it was upside down. The universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles and provides us framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings in turn have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behaviour, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance. The universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws. It will be easier to go by the book at this time. So basically, whatever shit they're going to throw at us and tell us what to do, we can follow those rules and remain in our own little world, our own little peaceful world, because there are going to be people who don't, and they might end up being the people that lead us into further well, it's just going to give those that want to control us even harder the green light to do it. But I do think something's going to spark off this summer, definitely. This Ace of Wands in the middle, it's there's a potential for massive unrest, but within you is the potential for massive levels of peace. Hold your tongue, hold your nerve, reserve your judgment. Right, I'm going and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Ta-ra.